Okay, seems like we now have excellent connection, and I think you guys can hear sound. Let me share some of share this live with the rest of my team, rest of the community. See who wants to join to do this Sunday night prep. So, give me a second here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And my name's JD. I am actually the mentor for Day Trading Wolf. I love trading. I love doing this. I love helping others learn how to trade. I have my own style of trading, right? As you guys can see, I have a whole bunch of stuff here. But today, what I like to do at in the nighttime on a Sunday night is come out with the expected moves. This is what we call think or swim. So, yes, I'm going to share my link. The community I have. We have some of them join. Let's do some Sunday night prepping. Let's do, just type into them. Okay. Okay, here we go. So welcome everybody. Hopefully you guys can see. What's up, Anthony? How you doing, man? I see you there now in the chat. Can you hear me? Just want to make sure you guys can hear me. What's going on, James? Loud and clear? Awesome. Is the music too loud? The music in the background too loud? Or is that fine? All right, cool. So let's get started. We finally got everything set right. I have all my settings here. Now I can actually see what's going on. So welcome to this Sunday night prep. What I like to do every Sunday, usually I do this by myself, but today I kind of wanted to share it live, and I wanted to share it with the community. And you know, the students I have is I like to prep what we call the expected moves of the week. This is Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim is the platform I use for a lot of my analyzing. I also use TradingView, right? I like to teach on TradingView, being that it's, you know, very powerful platform as well, but the most powerful one to me, where I actually learned how to trade more than what, 14 years now, is Thinkorswim. So if you guys have any questions, just type it there on the chat. I'll be more than glad to answer. But what we are starting with is the NASDAQ. We trade the indexes, we trade the futures. This is what we do in this community, in this channel. We trade everything, but mostly we focus on the futures, the indexes. So before the market opens up, which is in 2 minutes, I like to get my expected moves for the week, of which pretty much give us a ceiling and a floor for the week based on what they're thinking with the options market, right? So for this week, here's the other market we trade, which is the S&P 500 future. I'm gonna go ahead and adjust the expected move here. Do this as well. And what we have here is the expected move for the S&P 500. So there we go. We got the S&P 500 expected move for this week. Let me zoom in right here. And also we have the NASDAQ, but the NASDAQ, let me do it again. So again, the market's about to open. It's this nightly open that it usually does, which is the 6 p.m. every Sunday night. But I like to plan out my week. So over here it doesn't do it for me. Not sure why it doesn't carry it. Oh, let's go right there. Let me see. No, still didn't do it. All right, so the market's finally open. We got some movement going on. But again, I don't like to trade the open right away. I usually trade the mornings, but I like to prep in the afternoon. Sunday afternoon, Sunday into the night. Wow, that's a big gap up that it just did. But let me adjust this. So expected move up for the NASDAQ. It's going to be 744. Hold on. 24,756. 24,720. Let's just do it right there for now. The starting point is 24,337. Somewhere around there, and the expected move down is 23,915. 23,9. Let's put it right there for now. I'm gonna activate this. And make sure I can show the price on the right. And edit, show price. On the right. Okay, so there are our prices. Now I can change this here. Green, still 2. And again, I'm just prepping. What I do this is the homework. This is the homework we all do, what we have to do to prep for the week. Based on this, I can actually have some targets for the week as well. And I'm not running blind the rest of the week. It's a good way and a good way to prep, right? Have a good idea of where the market might be wanting to go once it starts moving tonight and the rest of the week. There are some news that are expected as well this week, so we'll also look at that. But today is just one of those days I felt like giving back, right? Like, this is free. I'm actually doing this for free for the community and doing this for free for YouTube. Coming, kind of giving you an open window to what I do, how I do it, and how I prep. So a lot of people have always asked me, what do you do to prep for the week? What's your routine? Well, here's my routine. This is what I like to do. On a Sunday night, dedicate about 40 minutes to an hour. Take my time. I actually enjoy this, right? So I actually enjoy this. This is, to me, relaxing as well, right? So that's what I'm doing. So right now, look at that. That big pump is pushing towards that expected move. That was big. It's a big open. Big bounce open. So right now, the price is currently at 24,550. Where we started. was 337. Wow, that's already about 200 and something points on the NASDAQ. And the expected move for the week is actually at 755. So we're actually about 200 points away from that, right? So depending on how tonight Tokyo and London continue to do, we might see that market pump towards that expected move. However, here on the left hand side, this is a 1 hour time frame. This is a daily time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, we have these moving averages, right? We have a 200 simple moving average. We have a 50. Sorry, hold on. Let me remove some of these lines. And we also have this 20 and a VWAP, right? So that's where it's having a little bit of trouble. Also, if we were to take a Fibonacci, right? I also trade using Fibonacci levels. We are getting close to this golden pocket area. So let me label that. It's another way to prep. This is like the sweet spot. After this drop, that looks like the sweet spot for the market to go look for structure. Go look for a lower low, lower high to see if it's going to continue down or if it's just going to stay within here. So now that I have that, I don't like to leave them on. Saturates the chart too much. So I just move them away. So there we go. I know that this is my golden pocket based on Fibonacci levels. And boom, that's prepped. The ES is also prepped. The other two indexes I want to go get an expected move for are the Russell. What's cool about this template or this code for Thinkorswim is that it gives me all the expected moves for previous weeks plus the current one. So I can always see how it did, the historical view of how it did. But for this week, let's look at the Russell. See how the Russell last week stayed within? It's pretty cool. Over here, it stayed within. Over here, stayed within, stayed within. So it gives you like your range for the week. This is what the expected moves are. It's pretty much a range for the week. It's always good to understand where the ceiling and the floor are for the week. So that way you can have a real expectation of, you know, how many points or how much money you're looking to make based on that range for the week. Not some ridiculous number like, oh yeah, this thing is gonna go to the moon. Oh yeah, this thing is gonna just drop to never land. Now you have parameters for the week. All right, so here's for the Russell, and then let's do the Dow Jones. Dow Jones right here. Dow Jones, I was waiting for it to break this uptrend line, right? So let me zoom out, right? The whole time, these aren't daily candles. The whole time, the Dow Jones had been, you know, structuring up, following this uptrend. We were waiting for this break below. We finally broke below. We tried to retest that same trend line, right? That trend that we had. And it came back down. Now this week, this was last week's expected move. It actually went outside. Normally it stays within. But this week, it's looking like this is the expected move up. This is the expected move down. This is where we're starting. So let's see how this week decides to behave. We have started. Oh, wow. We started a new contract. Started the June contract. Okay. So be careful. We're starting a new June contract. The March contract is expiring, or it's expired, or it's dying. So most platforms, right, whether you're using, you know, NinjaTrader, if you guys are the guys that use Top Step, stuff like that, it does it automatically for you. But here you can tell when the contract has switched. Here we go. See, YMM26. DM is the new June contract that just started. Okay, so here we go. That's it. We got our expected moves. I got all my templates here. So what I like to do is Now that I have all the expected moves for the week, I like to put them all side to side. Actually, let me do it this way because I want it to go towards Friday. So here we go. These are the expected moves for the NASDAQ. Why is it showing weekly? Day. Show 1 hour. Still 1 hour. 1 hour on all of them. 1 hour, 1 hour. Okay. So here we go. This is the expected move for the Russell. This is the expected move for the Dow Jones. And then down here, let me zoom in real quick. These are the expected moves for the S&P 500. Cool. Now that I did that, since I have a community of students, I like to take a little snapshot of this. I don't think I have, because this is MNQ. Hold on, let me change it to NASDAQ. Sorry, guys. Okay, there we go. That looks better. Want to make sure I was sending the right expected moves and the right prices, right? So let me edit this. Show. Okay, now this looks perfect to me. This is what I like. Take a little snapshot of it. And then I send it to the group. Da-da-da-da-dum. So one of the students said, what contract we on? We are on M. The M. June contract now. So yeah, as of today, we started the June contract. There's a big price difference that's happening. So let me show you that. A lot of you, like I said, this is me just being generous and teaching you stuff for free. So this is what happens. This is what exists in the futures markets. There's contracts that expire. You guys can visit this site right here if you want to take a snapshot of it. So it's the CME group, is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. And here's what's happening, right? This is the March contract. There's still a lot of volume in that one. And that one is at a different price, okay? So in regards to volume, let's go to overview. Whoa. You can see all the things there, volume and specs. Yeah, look, see more volume is coming into the June contract. We're starting the June contract. So yeah, this is where you can find out where all the volume is moving to. Okay, so we're now starting with the June contract. So here we go. The price here is that. Let me open up my other platform here. Make sure which one is this doing. Find out real quick. 621. Oh, hold on. That was a good question. Let me see. 671. No, I guess this is showing the newer contract. Let me see something. So they all have letters, right? So ESH26. ES. All right, so that's gonna restart for me. 307. Let me use TradingView, see what's going on with the pricing. 310. Down here, this is at what is this at? 621. So this one is still doing March contract. Okay. Let me log into this Thinkorswim. I think Thinkorswim is already jumping the gun on me. That's why we're getting confusing numbers. Bum, 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 bum. $621. Yeah, over here showing June contracts. So ES is also going to be showing me what? The June contract. Have the prop firms changed the contracts? Let me look real quick at Top Step. They have not. They're showing. Yeah, it's a big difference. So let me show you guys what I mean. So this is Top Step. Top Step is showing 66.19, while this is showing 66.69 because this is the new contract. So forget everything I just told you about this expected moves because of the change of contract. So Thinkorswim is calculating June already. It's not calculating March. So let's stay with March. So let's go look at this. This is usually what I use here. Yep, this right here. All right, so let's plan it this way. Of course, it happened to be on the day that Thinkorswim decides to change that. All right, so let's go here real quick. So I have all of them. What's going on? Okay, reset, reset. All right, so here we go. We have the NASDAQ, the S&P, the Russell, and the Dow Jones. Let's zoom in real quick into the NASDAQ. NASDAQ is still being shorted. That is crazy. That's insane right now. Use here. Yeah, so here's a key level, 308. It's breaking through that key level at the moment. Trying to push lower. So on this old contract is still, which is expiring soon. I think it's expiring this week. It will. Yeah, it looks like it's down. Hold up. All right. So I think I already did it. The way I prep for tomorrow on TradingView is I mark the daily, previous daily high, previous daily low, and then I have these key levels. So yeah, previous high was there, previous daily low. We broke below it. Let's go back to 2 minutes, reset. Okay. Okay. We got our levels here for the ES. Yeah, we're still trading. See, MH is March. If this changed, MESM 26. Yeah, no, we're still in March. So this is still trading March. So yeah, disregard. Most likely is gonna happen soon. But yeah, we're still trading March. Let me let on the rest know. Shows March. Yes, you're right. Okay, so March. Stay with March. So now how do we prep? Okay. This is my top step. I don't really do anything on top step there. I do it all here on TradingView. So the way I prep is I always have my 1 day candle, my 4-hour candle, and these are my 1-hour candles. It's an indicator which is called PO3, right? So pretty much it gives me the view of what's going on currently in the 1 day candle that just started at 6 p.m. This is the view for the 4-hour candle, and this is the view for the 1-hour candles, at least 3 of them. And then down here, I'm actually looking at 2 minute. These are 2 minute time frames. So as we zoom out, we had a big drop. Friday, we had a fallen knife. Market is still trying to find some sort of support level. Right now, I found a little bit of support right here at this 24,308. When I talk about the market, this is the NASDAQ. So if it does try to find something, let's see, let's zoom out a little bit. Yeah, look at that. This whole pump, and now we're just confluencing down, right? We're structuring down, trending down. But if this market does find some sort of support here at this 308, we could see it maybe come back up to this 508 level, right? These are 100-point increments, 508 level. If they really decide to push it, maybe 608, creating, you know, a lower high. So we have higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? Or lower low, lower high, lower low. We're looking for a lower high somewhere around here. And we're also looking to see if we're going to hold this level here, the 308. If we don't hold it, then, you know, the next level down will be the 208. As you zoom out even more, right? These are 1 hour now. Yeah, we are practically at a level where we should be finding some sort of floor after this down. So again, if we can't find any buyers here, we're definitely going to try to find some here because of previous data here, right? We have all these buyers that are sitting here. If we lose all these levels, the market will be in trouble, right? Because it has been holding, right? This 208 or 308, I'm sorry, 308, 208, 108, 24,000. If we lose all these levels, then forget it. It's just gonna try to push even lower. How much lower? Lower, right? So how much lower? I can say, let's go from these points right here, right? All the way to the high. Right here. So right now we are at a crucial point. Again, Fibonacci level. We are right there. We're inside of this golden pocket. We have to try to hold this golden pocket and try to push back up to these levels. Because if we don't hold here, there could be a very quick acceleration down to 23,744. Okay. Will that happen this week? Probably not all that, but we might be looking at a good 200, 300 points down. If we do catch a bounce here, we're looking at a 100, 200, 300 points up on the NASDAQ to try to create a lower high. So again, now that I have that, I have an idea, I can just get rid of it. So now let's zoom back in. Let me reset this chart. We are holding. We're holding that 308. We're trying to hold and go, right? But again, at night, this market's a little slow in volume, very low in volume. I don't really like to trade the nights. I like to see what happens during the night and then look at the levels. Look at the levels that are trying to hold overnight. 308, 208, 108. And tomorrow morning when I wake up, if we did hold any of these key levels, then I would try to go for the long, right? The reversal of the big drop. As of right now, it looks like it's trying to hold this 308. If we break through that, we might go to 208 and just range. Let me check out. We've gone, yeah, 627 already. So we already created an opening range for tonight. Let me see what that opening range is. Oh, we're stuck in it. We are stuck in it. Let me show you guys. So I have an opening range for this Sunday night, which is the one that goes from 6 to 6:15. These are the first 15 minutes. We have an opening range high. We have an opening range low, and we are right in the middle of it. I usually tell everyone that I teach, when we have this opening range at night, we have to treat it just like we treat the one in the morning, right? The 9:30 to 9:45. We have to wait for a break retest to go or a break retest to continue down. But while it's trading inside of this opening range on both the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, being stuck in this middle, you don't want to play with this chop right now. You want to see some sort of movement. I can give you an example. Let me show you real quick what happened. Let's say Friday. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. So Friday, this is our opening range from Thursday into Friday. We had a break, a retest, and it kind of went to a key level. And from there, they just sold off, right? The Tokyo session sold off, coming back down to this 508 key level, broke. We were looking for a retest to go down, but there was no retest. It just Went. And then it held above the opening range Sunday night. See? 8:30, 9 p.m. Here's a key level, right? 608. Here's the retest. There's a retest at 11 p.m. And then in that retest, it decided to go back up. Came back into the range. Here is where London session was opening. 2, 3 in the morning. Went right below. Break, retest down. And then here, 408. See the 408 key level? It's where London decided, right, at 4 a.m. to bounce this market and just take it to the moon. Here's the morning opening range, pre-market opening range, which goes from 8 to 8:15. And then the purple one is our stock market, right? New York session stock market opening range, where you guys saw what happened on Friday and went down. So these opening ranges work out pretty good, but you just have to wait and be patient for, you know, what they're going to give you. And at night, as you can see, the volume is really low, so I don't like to play around in this chop. Yes, you do get some moves, but you gotta wait a long time for the moves to happen. These are 1 minute candles, and it's like, look at all this that you have to wait. While if you do it in the morning, the moves happen faster, right? Because this is 1 minute candle, 1 minute candle, 1 minute candle. So take into account that. Can you still trade? Of course you can. You can still trade at night. You can kind of do something where you're like, you know what? We're still in the middle of the orb. Should I be trading here? No. This already tells you you should not. You're inside of the opening range orb. So no way. Sergio, is TradingView the chance? Congrats. I don't know. If you have an account with Lucid and Blue Linux. I didn't understand that question, Sergio. Is TradingView change the contract automatic? Oh, does TradingView change the contract automatically? When you look up the symbol, it should should change it. Yes, now I get it. If I have accounts with Lucid and Blue Linux, depending on what platform you're using, if you're using the TradeC or you're using, you know, like Rhythmic, and then what you're doing, yeah, TradingView, when you type in the symbol, should be in whatever contract is being traded at the moment. So right now we're still trading the March contract, even though we should be trading very soon. Not I guess not right now, because all the platforms are still trading the March. We should be trading soon the June contract. Okay. So yeah, no trades for me right now inside of these ranges. Not worth it. Here in the S&P 500, also inside of the range. If we go to down here where the Russell, and so this is the Dow Jones. Looks a little crazy, but sorry guys, hold me a sec. Oh, it's because this is showing me a footprint chart. Sorry. How come this is not giving me an opening range? Did I change that? Oh, I haven't changed these. 8:30 to 8:45. Then this one is 7. I'm gonna have to do this because this is Chicago time, even though I'm on Eastern time. These are the opening ranges I like to look at and trade. So 7:15. And then so it can give me tonight's. This has to change to 17 to 1750. 1715. Yes. Okay. Cool. So there we go. Now it's giving me an opening range that opened at 6 p.m. Eastern time to 6:15, and it gives me an opening range high, opening range low. So again, we're trading inside of the opening ranges. Should you be in a trade? No, stay away. Okay. Let's look at the good old Russell. I think I have to change it as well. Let me change it back to normal candles. Change all of these. So this one is, because of the time difference change now, we sprung forward, right? Spring forward, fall back. So the time actually sprung forward, and because we follow the Chicago feed, right? The CME group feed, they're in Chicago. We have to, even though it's 6 p.m. for us, it's 5 p.m. for them. So that's why this is this way. 5, there you go. That's that opening range. This one is going to be 7, which is my 8 a.m. So 7 to 7:15. And then this last one here, where it's 9:30 to 9:45, is actually in Chicago. 1 hour difference is there. Sorry, 8:30 to 8:45. Okay, now all my opening ranges are all set. Cool. So again, do we have a trade right now inside of the Russell? No trade inside of the Russell. We need to see a break, retest to go, or a break, retest to go. And as of right now, very flat. Super flat. Okay. Stay away. Let's go look at crude oil. Crude oil is the one that has the most news right now based of what's going on with the market. So CL, it's also inside of an opening range right now. About gold, GC, still inside of an opening range. So no markets at the moment are giving any good trade. It's all patience right now at night. You can set alerts, right? Like, let's say if it breaks above this high, I can set an alert and it'll send me an alert to my phone. If it breaks this low, I can say, hey, send me an alert if it breaks below this low. And then, that's all you could do for now, I guess. Just set alerts. But let me change this back to the one that we were looking at, which was the M2K. The M2K is the micro Russell. The ones that I really like to trade the most, because it's what has more volume, right, are the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. However, I do also like to trade the Dow and the Russell, because sometimes when we are trading in the morning, they give us moves, right? While, let's say these are consolidating, these two down here might be giving us a good move. But as of right now, this Sunday night trading, very flat, very flat. I need to see breaks above or breaks below. So that's why I'm setting the alerts. Once I get alerts, I'll be like, hey, we broke above, or hey, we broke below. Let's see what this wants to do. Hello, everyone. So we have Token de Risa. We have It's La Pris. Hello. But again, there's a lot to learn in regards to trading. But if you want to simplify your trading, I would say start with understanding that you need to become probably a master of one or a few. But when I say when you become a master of one, is when people get into trading, they should be looking into hey, what product should I be trading? Should I be trading crypto? Should I be trading stock? Should I be trading forex? Should I be trading all this? And I'm just gonna help you guys by helping you skip all the noise. If you're new to trading, go straight to this. Go straight to futures. Also, you want to have a little more stable market inside of the futures market, go into the S&P 500. Become a master of the S&P 500. Okay? Become a master of the S&P 500. Because then you only concentrate on this. I'm going to give you some secret sauce too, right? You guys see these lines that I have here? Those are my key levels that I manage for the S&P 500. Okay? So if I throw them on, the S&P 500 likes to move in increments of 20 points. So here you go, 620, 66.25, 66.45, 66.65. All right, and if you look back in history, look at how it likes to move. On Friday afternoon, when it was just consolidating after the big drop, it just kept consolidating and hitting this 66.45 and going back up there. Then back here, then back there, then back here, then back there. Once it cracked below, it tried, and then it tried to go back up, but then look, cracked back, and now we're playing. Where is it playing now? It's playing inside of this opening range, but it's also going to be playing inside of this 20 points right here. Okay. If it cracks below here, then guess what? You have another target down here. It's always going to be playing in 20-point increments, and also, 10 points. Sometimes you can go for 10 points, knowing that it's half of those 20 points, stuff like that. But yeah, like if you want my honest advice in regards to you starting to trade, becoming a trader, start with the market that has the most volume for you to be able to make some money. And also the one that's very easy to manage, as long as you understand that it moves like this in increments of 20 points. And when it's hitting a key level like this, you could be going for a buy, right? So how can you plan a trade? You can say, all right, these are the contracts, because in here you buy contracts, you don't buy shares or something. But in the S&P 500, the micro, the MES, because there's also the mini, I would say start with the micros. One contract pays you $5 for every point. So let's say you wanted to buy, boom. So I bought one contract right there. It tells me what's the price, $6.30. Understanding that I can move inside of these 20 points, I can put my take profit right at that top, and I can put my stop loss right below that. Here is what you look at, and you look at what is called risk to reward. How much are you willing to risk versus how much are you looking to make? This little tool up here in TradingView is awesome because it shows you, hey, my risk to reward is 2.54. What does that mean? It means that for every $1 I'm looking to risk, I'm looking to make $2.54. Not bad, right? It's a little more than 2 times, right? 2.5 times. So if I'm risking $100, I'm looking to make $254. If I'm risking $1,000, I'm looking to make $2,500. And this is just me going off, a key level to key level kind of trade. But again, there's other things you guys got to learn. Like this is an opening range from when the market just opened. See how it marks the opening range low, ORL. This is the opening range high. When you are trading inside of this opening range, you are risking that this market just stays like this, ranging. You want a clear break out of this range so it can become your floor for the night, or you want a clear break below so it can become your ceiling for the night, right? Or what we call in the trading world, so it can become your demand or your supply. Demand zone or demand area or support, however you want to call it. Or if it breaks below, let it become your pretty much your resistance. Or if you want to, say like supply and demand, this would become your supply. All right, as of right now, that little trade right there, one contract is making $27.50. Why? Because it pays you when you buy that contract for every point it goes from where you entered, right? 6,630. That's my entry price. If it goes up 31, right? That $1, it's gonna pay me $5. However, right now it's at $37. So from here to here is about, look, 38. So 8, right? 8 times 5 is close to 40. 40, see? $41. So remember that every point on one contract pays you $5. I'm already up 8. It's teeter-tottering right there, right? Between the 8 and 9. So of course it's telling me how much I'm making on this trade. But why did I decide to go long instead of short? Because I see that it keeps holding this key level, this 6625. So that's the 20 points we're looking for. Why did I decide to put my stop right here? Because I know that if this thing decided to come back and break below here, I need to get out of this trade, because then it's going to try to move 20 points down from 6625 to 6605. Secret sauce, right? This is me just throwing some secret sauce at you here on YouTube, and just showing how you can do. Now, usually what I like to tell all the students that I personally teach, so you see some money, you start taking some money. Here you go, $20. So no matter what on this trade, let me zoom in so you guys can see a little better. No matter what on this trade, where did I enter? Right here. What's my target? Up here. My stop is no longer in risk. I'm actually positive. See how it says positive $20? Even though I'm making what? $38, because the price is here and here's where I entered. The difference in points. Every point pays me $5. No matter what, I'm looking to make 20 bucks on this little one contract trade. 20 bucks. If it comes back, takes me out, that's $20. That's it. That was the trade. The beauty of learning this and learning it the correct way is that you can use leverage like prop firms, right? Some of the prop firms I partner with that you guys can see the links below. It's like Lucid. Lucid, you can get a few accounts. I think if it's your first time getting a Lucid account and you use the code that it's below in the link below, the DTW is the code, Day Trading Wolf, DTW. The account comes out to like 65 bucks, but they give you a $50,000 account buying power. But in reality, what they give you is $2,000 to play with. And that $2,000, if you learn how to manage it correctly, all you have to do is make $3,000. Take the account from a $50,000 account to $53,000. Once you pass it, it's free activation, right? That you don't have to activate it. And you're making money using leverage. You're making money using prop firm money. You're not using your own money. Again, you're not coming to learn, and you're not coming to trade to risk your own capital. What are you risking? You're risking your time, right? You're putting in your time so that you can actually learn this. You can actually see we got some crossings going on right now, so that's good. So this trade, look, $46. The other beautiful thing about it is that you can trade multiple accounts. So with Lucid, with Take Profit, one of the other companies that's listed below and all that, you can have 5 accounts. So if I'm copying this account to another, let's say 4 accounts, how much money am I locking in? At the moment, I'd be locking in $100. 20 times 5. Look, it's going towards our target. Hey, as we're making money, we can chase it. Chase it. Chase it. Look, we're breaking. Hey, we're going to go to the target. Can we hit that target? And again, I'm only going to this target just for the, here for the channel, just to show you guys that I was going 20 points. I was going from here to here, even though I entered late. There we go, $76 or 52. Can it hit? Oh my God, that is unbelievable. Look, it wicked to it and it didn't get me out. By like 25 cents. Let's go, let's see. I think we're still gonna do it. I think we're still gonna break above. I think we're still gonna hit target. If we don't, guess what? I'm gonna lock in $58.75. But like I was saying, if you have 5 accounts, $58.75 times 5, that's $200 and something. And how long did this transaction or this trade take you? Well, luckily right now, because we got some volume that came in, it took what, then like 10 minutes or so. So that's what you do, man. So boom, $58.75. Done. Done. So there you go. It didn't touch, oh my God, by just a little bit. I think it was like 25 cents. Unbelievable. But we got the money. Okay. So for tomorrow, I would be looking for this market if it continues to push down, especially the S&P 500. This key level is pretty good, 6625, or even the 6005, or even the 6000 even number, right? Be a nice good bounce for this market. If we lose that, we're just going lower. Okay, we're just going lower. Right now it's looking like it wants to go. Here's what we talk about: break, retest, but we need to break above here. If it breaks, okay, here's more secret sauce. If it breaks here, like it's breaking right now, wait for the break, wait for it to retest that same price, and then you're gonna go from here all the way up to here, another 20 points. Should you be chasing this breakout? No, wait for it to come back. These are buyers that just broke through that selling. I want these same buyers to be driven down by some sellers back to here, and then use this key level, this price, 66.45, as a support where there are some buyers, and then push the 20 points. If you get in now, you're chasing. And then what's going to happen is you chase, they bring it down, and you're like, oh my God, you got faked out. And then it pushes, and you're like, oh, I should have stayed in the trade. Wait, see? We're waiting for it to come back and retest. And then your stops, just manage them correctly, right? Though, if you're going to get in here, I say give yourself at least this much risk versus that much reward. If you're looking to make 20 points, give yourself maybe 7 points or 10 points, right? Half. So that way it's a 1 to 2 trade. Okay. That's it. Stay focused. As of right now, that was it. This is it for me. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. I will see most of my students tomorrow. I do lives with my students on Zoom. I also share a private YouTube live like this in the morning with my students where they can see my trades. If you want to sign up for that, it's right there, daytradingwolf.com. Okay, so as always, it's always fun. It's always fun to teach a little bit. I figure I come here on a Sunday night and teach for free some sauce, some of the sauce, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like it, don't forget to hit the like button there and subscribe. The more people that like this and subscribe, you might convince me to do this more, right? I do this more privately with my friends, family, and stuff like that. But if I see more people liking and subscribing and sharing with friends and family, I might do more of these free lives for people and continue to teach you guys some good stuff. Okay, so see you all again in the next video. Peace.